Hey everybody, welcome back. Isaac, we're winning runs again. I can't believe it. I can believe it. Believe it or not, you piece, you're still gonna burn. I believe that's a quote. Okay, that's a quote that, what was it? His name's Tank, right? It was kind of like, it was a little funny in The Matrix, the small guy's named Tank. I mean, he still could have kicked the crap out of me, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, you know, you'd think it's like a mafia nickname where they're like, you know, hey, what's your name? And he's like, Tiny. And they're like, hey, what's your name? I'm a big man. Okay, not good. Okay, not good. Okay, good. I'm staying close to the door, because if we got a bad trip, we gotta rush through. You try to hold me, but I bust through? I like vanilla. It's the finest of the flavors. You know that I bet if you were to ask people what the best rap song of all time is, I bet Bare Naked Ladies 1 Week would make it into the top 20 by number of number one instances. And I'm not saying it deserves it. I'm just saying that I think if you asked about 20% of the population to name a rap song, they're gonna say 1 Week by the Bare Naked Ladies, Can't Touch This by MC Hammer, Ice Ice Baby, or the other alternative is Baz Luhrmann's song Sunscreen, also known as the graduation speech. What's my favorite? Look, I go back and forth, okay? Lucchini by Camp Lo is kind of an underrated classic for sure. I gotta admit, lately I've been thinking, you know, I mean, historically I've said stuff like maybe International Players Anthem by the Underground Kings featuring Andre 3000 and Big Boy. Dude, that's rollable. Like you can roll with that for the whole run as the Lost for sure. Even though the D6 of this variety is pretty good, let's just get that off the screen as soon as possible. I think maybe we can hold this for one room or one floor and then see how we feel afterwards. I mean, that's a classic. I mean, I type a text to a girl I used to see saying that I shows this cutie pie with whom I want to be, and I apologize if this message gets you down. Then I CC'd every girl that I CC round town. Hate to see all frown, but I'd rather see her smiling. Wetness all around me true, but I'm no island. Peninsula maybe, makes no sense, I know crazy. Give up all this cat that's in my lap, no looking back, spaceships. You get the idea, I'm not gonna continue going. It's just, it's a good song. But, I don't know, Flavor in Your Ear, Craig Mack, I would probably say the remix. I'm okay with it. If you gotta do it, you gotta do it. Is also up there. I mean, if we're talking Outkast songs, I'm always, like, I gotta give some respect to maybe like the artist storytelling part 1 would be close to the top of the list for me there. I mean, there's a lot to choose from. It's tough, you know, it's not easy. I guess we will be leaving this floor without opening that chest, unfortunately. I don't see any other way out of this. Down we go. Also, I mean, if we're talking about like rap songs, we're talking about rap, we're talking about hip-hop, you got to include Honky Tonk Badonka Donk on there. I would also say, and this one's only half a joke, unlike Honky Tonk Badonka Donk, which was 100% serious. Reeling in the Years by Steely Dan. You got to remember, it was the 1980s. It was actually probably the 1970s. You know, the other raps that were coming out around then. Basketball is my favorite sport. I love the way they dribble up and down the court. Love the way they drive to the hoop. My favorite shot is the alley-oop. You know, it's... Steely Dan was going, you know, the summer at your college didn't turn out like we planned. The things that pass for knowledge I can't understand. That's rap in my world, okay? And... I don't know, buy my book. That's how the punchline was going to end there. Does this prevents items not beneficial from the Lost from spawning? Holy bursh. Kind of seems cracked. We do want a key, because a library is sick, and obviously, like, an item room could do some good work for us as well. No, 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 no! Sorry, I got actually, like, genuinely kind of afraid for a second there. I thought it was all going... I had guns to my head. I thought I was going down. I can't believe this happened in my hometown. If I had wings, I would fly. Let me contemplate. I glance in the cut, and I see that we leave the room and get the Holy Mantle trigger one more time. Anyway, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. No keys. Throw some keys on it, like Rich Boy would say. This is the hip-hop episode. Hi, Priestess is kind of a cruel joke. It's alright. We got to deal with the devil coming up right here. And no bad items. I mean, that's... I'm sure there's a little bit of a source, dude, just trust me there. But that's fine. I'm a believer, to some extent, at least. It's the second day on the new schedule here, so, you know, it's like early... Oh my god, it's so good, dude. It's early afternoon. You know, I just finished the stream. What did I do on stream today? Had a sponsored game called Time Loader that we played some of. It was a good time. We tried... I had to play Super Auto Pets today after doing the tier list. It's just like, there was no negotiation required. Excuse me, my pill? Unidentified? Dude, like, really? You're not gonna let me go into an item room or a library? Like, I mean, we had 4 keys a few rooms ago, so I do feel like I kind of did this to myself. But, like a floor ago, we had 2 keys. Man, this is like a slap in the face. I guess we'll be leaving now. Good planetarium chance, though. After doing the tier list, I had to play Super Auto Pets. We busted out 4... 10-win runs in a row, even while people doubted the entire time. And Bob, I'll do it again for the record. Bob. Then we played some Inscription, and I'm a little embarrassed to admit that we keep losing in the early days of Inscription, running up against bosses that appear to be destroying me. But that's okay. We'll get there one day. I'm having a great time with the game. The ambiance and the vibe are spectacular. But I do feel a little bit like Michael Scott when everyone's like, holy crap, this game blew my mind. I'm like, I love inside jokes. Hope to be a part of one someday. Me too, me too. Hey. Not today, you son of... You piece... Gotta be careful. Like, it's hard to tell with a baby, right? But my daughter started saying some words. One of the words, this is not a joke, one of the words she's saying sounds an awful lot like you piece. Can you get some of this text off the screen? Now, I think she's saying fish. Fish. She likes... Oh, it's a single-use item is the lost? Well, that means we can do it one time. She, let me out. Thank you. And that was a good get, I think. She likes fish, you know? Bath time is one of her favorite times. We got lots of little, you know, fish for bath time toys and stuff like that. And she'll say fish, fish. But it kind of sounds like she might be saying peace, peace. And I think that it would be naive to assume that there's not a chance that she is, like, hearing me through the door when I'm playing Super Auto Pets on stream and, like, internalizing that. So I gotta be careful. It could be worse. I could be saying worse. You piece is... If Dan was comfortable saying it, then it can't be a swear word. Riddle me this, bat nerd. Okay. Still going. Doing well here. Golden bombs. And this run is very winnable. There's no doubt about that. Hope... What the... You almost got me. I think Shoop the Whoop is actually... Ooh, what have I done? I think Shoop the Whoop is actually better than Blue Candle for us in this run. It takes a lot to say that, because Blue Candle starts with a big... it starts with a big advantage, for sure. But anyway. Anecdotally, that's where I'm at. It felt incredible, like, so, like, with the new schedule, again. I mean, I don't have anything else to talk about still, except for my life. And my life is kind of like, is pedestrian and kind of boring right now, which is admittedly just the way I like it, but occasionally leaves us starved for anecdotes. But, like, this new schedule is actually, thus far, proving kind of, like, as valuable to my quality of life as I had hoped. Don't kill me. I haven't done anything to deserve it. I haven't done anything to deserve it. Lucky me. Yes, please, and yes, please. Okay, so we finished the stream at 2 yesterday, recorded 1 Isaac, 2 Super Auto Pets videos. Great stuff, had a wonderful time. Felt like I did a lot better in both of those as a result, maybe, of having been a little bit later in the day, having some extra mental acuity. Picked up the baby from daycare around 5. Brought her back home, has some co-parenting, like family plus baby time. Bought groceries for dinner with the whole family, cooked and ate the dinners together, put the baby to bed, and then it was like 7:30 p.m. I didn't know what to do. I set my YouTube videos, I made the thumbnails, it was like 8. And I don't go to bed till 10, well, I don't, get in bed till 10:30 and then, play too many games of Super Auto Pets. I was like, holy crap, you know what I can do? And this should give an illustration of where we were at, right? I was like, holy crap, I can finally fold my laundry while watching Seinfeld. Like, that's what I'm excited to have the space for. I've been living with my laundry in the dryer. I'm an adult, like an adult human being with responsibilities and stuff. Don't kill me. Not to you. Saved. Hold on, I can't talk for a second. I just gotta think, man. I drop megaton bombs more faster than you think. Saved. That was scary. Which is, I actually think is kind of fine. Like if you are a single individual, you live alone, you have your own laundry, services, which is a luxury to begin with. If you just wash your stuff and then leave it in the dryer and you're just dressing casually, then yeah, sure, take your stuff out of the dryer. We're using our washing machine, our dryer like crazy. Like, it's all my clothes, my wife's clothes. You got to do a lot of extra laundry with the baby because she poops her pants and throws up now and then. There's no way for a man to live into his 30s is to be just pulling underwear out of the dryer every day to, whoa! No, God, I thought I was dead. I'm not messing with you, man. I'm not messing with you. I thought that was it. Okay, hold on. It's gonna be very hard to get me to not take Shoop to Whoop here. Like, I just love it, man. I know Book of Shadows is Pog. Book of the Dead is Pog. You know what? Maybe Book of Shadows is the play then. It's a nice failsafe after you get hit once. But it's boring. But it's the right play, but it's boring. Anyway, so it's nice to have like that 20 minutes where I could feel like I had the space necessary to fold the laundry instead of just being like, I couldn't possibly fit this in today. It felt good. Now I'm using like my dresser like a normal human being instead of it just existing for like the cats to sleep on. I also thought about how like, it's weird how like doing the laundry is really easy. Like it's the easiest thing of all time. Literally, unless you're getting very precious with it, when you do the laundry, you're just, dropping the clothes in the washer. 40 minutes later, you're putting them in the dryer, and then you're coming back in like an hour. The hard part of doing the laundry is folding the laundry. Hello. I've seen you recently. But I bet it was like the opposite, like back in the day, right? Like before the washing machine was invented and popularized. I bet back in the day when you had to like take every single item of clothing by hand, like put it in a bucket, scrub it against the washing board, then like hang it out to dry on the clothesline outside of your house. I bet folding the laundry was like, it's a victory lap. I bet it felt like a victory lap for you. It's weird to think about how, the chore itself didn't change, but I'm willing to bet, and this is an extreme source, dude, just trust me, but I'm willing to bet that it felt like people were excited to fold the laundry because it meant that the laundry folding was done, the laundry in general was done, that arduous task. Whereas now I dread folding the laundry because everything else about making the laundry or doing the laundry is super easy. It's strange, wouldn't you say? Things are strange when you're a stranger? Anyway. Moving on. It's just interesting food for thought. Just fodder. Just old banter fodder. That's boss or item room. You know what? We can fight the boss early. As long as we're not on the depths too, I don't mind. We should not be popping the Book of Shadows before we get hit though. Because like it might make this run easier, or this room easier, but we'll see on like the next room we could get hit twice and then we'll be ashamed of our words and our deeds. But anyway, we're looking okay here. I could use like a turbocharged good item. We got some good stuff going on, but you can always use something a little bit meatier. So like it's nice, man. It just feels like and that was, I had to remind myself, like I felt like you know, Mark Antony in his triumph, you know. I was whispering like in my own ear, this won't last forever. And then I realized, what are you talking about? It's a Monday. Like if you can have this level of freedom on a Monday, maybe there's hope yet. Maybe we could have some fun with it. All right. I think we take this as a perspective. Emperor card is just a nice hodl here. One moment, please. One moment. Just looking at some messages. Just looking at some messages. Okay. Good to go. So yeah, so far so good. Honestly, the only bad part of this new schedule is that dropping the baby off at daycare like before 9 a.m. means I'm part of the Vancouver, you know, traffic commute early in the morning. And I got to acknowledge, you know, it's true, though it frustrates people to hear it. You're not in traffic. You are traffic. And then when I pick her up around 5, I got to deal with the rush hour traffic as well. But like, I don't know, maybe this is city aggrandizing talking right here. But I've been watching a lot of dash cam footage. Just in general. And let's talk about that more in just a second here. But living in the city doesn't feel so bad after you watch dash cam footage. Because like most... Oh, yeah, pop it. Most city accidents are like, someone wasn't paying attention and they lightly hit my car. And then you go, what an idiot. Man, that's going to create a real inconvenience for people. But I've been watching these like dash cam videos out of Korea that Kate turned me on to, and like some of them take place in the Korean countryside, and they'll show like 2 trucks, just neither of them paying attention, slamming into one another at like 70 kilometers an hour. I'm not saying that never happens in the city. I'm just saying it's most of the accidents that happen in the city are more like, hey, you were inconsiderate and you bent my metal frame. Then, you know, like the accidents that happen on the 401 in Ontario in the... hold on, what is this? We don't know. In the winter time are like, hey, you know, like 17 tractor trailers they jackknifed and then went over the median. You know, we are not the same. Don't compare us. Very spicy, but I'm gonna check. I regret checking. But we got lots of ways out of here without... Yo, peace! Get me out of here! Rude. By the way, I just realized we have to pop the trinket. Because if you... Oh, that's not a trinket? It's not good. But that's the trinket. You... Look, it's not a trinket, okay? But if it were a trinket, you have to get the trinkets. Otherwise, if you don't want a trinket, it'll show up again when the next trinket spawn happens. Like, they're a stack like that. Anyway, take me down. So scary, man. So scary. Okay, that's boss and secret room. Oh, thank you. I guess we'll go to neither. I forgot they disappear as soon as you leave. My mistake. I don't want to leave. Like, I don't want an Emperor card. I think the cost is too high. We're just chilling. We know how to play this. You just play it slow. Good stuff. Get out of this room. Don't think about it. I really don't want to bounce out of these. Because we have, like... Oh, no. We have, like, huge plays with the Emperor card. Like, boss rush potential. we don't want to skip our item room, we don't want to skip our shop. Like, this is a rare situation where I'm like, I want to go over this floor relatively finely. But dude, like, the dash cam stuff, I was talking about it on stream today, but like, I feel like a sucker for ever talking about how, like, scary the Vancouver dashcam stuff is, because Kate's been showing me these Korean dashcam compilations. I'm sure this kind of stuff happens all over the world, you know? I lived in Korea for a year. You know, I saw my fair share of, like, insane driving, but I think you see that pretty much everywhere. Yeah, well, maybe just hold that then. You know, I've seen things like, you know, in Vancouver that would, you know, be out of place in downtown Daegu, at least. I don't know what it's like in Seoul. But some of this stuff, like, it's just a different, like, world. I think just due to... just due to the fact that there's, like, you know... Well, let me put it this way. It's a very technologically savvy nation, so I'm sure they have a higher percentage of dash cams than, like, North America. And also, the population density is so much higher. You know, so much of the country lives in basically the Seoul metropolitan area that I'm sure you're able to capture stuff, you know, when it happens. Like, there's always going to be one dash cam looking at, like, every accident, but they do these videos that are themed. Like, they have such a plethora of accidents that they're like, oh, save that one for the trucks going over bridges compilation, which is a real video that exists, by the way. But the thing that'll drive you crazy is, like, you know, just like North America, so many of the accidents are like, I fell asleep, like, while I was driving, and then my car just went over the overpass. Or, like, I was driving too fast, I hit black ice, and then my car went over the overpass. Like, just slow down. Like, not to zero, but, like, to a little. We were driving this weekend on the highway. It like, always is pretty good. It always boggles my mind, like... You know, we'll be in, like, the HOV lane, which is the carpool lane, because we got 3 people in the car. It's legal. I think they should... Look, the carpool lane in BC, it's a carpool if you have 2 or more people in your car, which is crazy. Because, like, doesn't every... Like, that's like a lane open to almost everybody, except commuters. There should be a lane for commuters. Well, no, I guess they did it for environmental reasons, not for, like, you know, speed reasons, so never mind. But... let's scratch that joke from the old joke book. Ace of Diamonds. Ace of Diamonds is okay. Not as good as Anzu's, probably. We really should have gone to our shop while we were there, huh? But, you know, I'll be in the HOV lane. You're not really supposed to, like, move out of the HOV lane. You kind of, like, get in it and then just coast, and that's the benefit. The cost you pay is not constantly lane switching, trying to find a faster lane. The benefit that you get... is, why don't you take all this for now? Why don't you take all this? The benefit that you get is there's less traffic because, you know, more cars are disqualified from being in the lane in the first place. So I'm in the HOV lane, you know, the speed limit is 90 kilometers an hour. I'm doing 105. The guy in front of me is doing 105. The guy behind me is clearly very displeased with the situation. He wants to be doing, I don't know, 200. So he... Hold on. 2 of spades, thank you. And we'll just leave. Let's donate. He, after following me for like 10 minutes, going 2 kilometers an hour slower than his ideal, like, equilibrium case, pulled out in a huff, passed me on the right. I know what you're going to say. You shouldn't have been in the left lane. The left lane is the HOV lane. It's not a passing lane. The lane to the right of the HOV lane is the passing lane. The HOV lane is on the far left. It's not a passing lane. It's a carpool lane. It's 2 different things. You don't live here, okay? We're not the same. I'm from Vancouver. Yeah, okay, Fort Langley, maybe. Look, I'm not trying to be a snob about it. You brought this on yourself. Okay, maybe not. I'm strawmanning. Regardless, I'm in the right. Check the Motor Vehicle Act of 1995 and then get back to me, okay? Plus, don't care, didn't ask. I'm going, you know, 15 over the speed limit already. Regardless. Passes me on the right in a huff. And this is where I wish that I were a bigger man, but I'm not, okay? Passed me on the right in a huff, got in front of me. All of a sudden, he enjoyed about 10 seconds of driving the speed that he wanted to drive, and then he encountered the reason I was driving slower than he would have liked in the first place, which was there was a car in front of me that was driving slower than he would have liked in the first place, but he couldn't get around him, and that's where I took the opportunity just to go a little bit faster. And I got a little, not too close to be, like, dangerous, but close enough to be like, hey, why aren't you going faster? hey, you should go a little faster. I'd prefer to be going faster. And there was a part of me that was like, how do you like it, you piece? You driving the huff, you see, because you look in the rear view mirror, they're like, you know, driving their car closer to the line to see if there's any way that they can get around. And, you know, you just kind of see a general level of like agitation when you look in your rear view mirror. They get close to you, you speed up a little bit, they speed up to match your speed. So you know what? Turnabout is fair play. Anybody, by the way, are you sane or are you like me? Where when somebody wrongs you in traffic, you repeat their license plate to yourself under your breath for, you know, 40 seconds like you're in MacGruber. Are you like me, or do you not have anger management issues? I've never acted on it, but there are some times, like if somebody's driving like an a-hole in public, in my head, I just start repeating their license plate number. Now, it's mostly as a joke, but I'm also like, if I then saw them do a hit and run, I would be like, why am I blowing this up? Come on. I would be like, okay, I got you, jerk. Anyway, regardless, having a good time. Like I said, the schedule's been really good for my stress levels. It has been. It's just on the road, I'm actually like a fairly stress-free driver, honestly. I don't get like intimidated or you know, I don't get so annoyed that I'm like at the risk of, you know, I don't like brake check people when they annoy me or tailgate them or anything like that. But just annoys you sometimes, right? Like, you know, that other people like are not just makes me so mad when other people aren't in control of their emotions, you know? Just makes me so mad I can't even think straight when other people lose control of their emotions. I mean, while driving, come on. All right, so it's a driving episode, so be it. Have we made any progress, by the way, on new parents get to park for 15 minutes for free if they have a child in a car seat in the car? I'm a believer in this newfound civic policy. And you know what the other thing is? Especially now that it's like the winter time, it doesn't get that cold here, but you still gotta have your kid in a coat. Even if I don't put myself in the coat, I'm not gonna be the parent that has their kid not show up in a coat for daycare. So like, I put her in the coat, take her down to the car. While I'm putting her in the car seat, I gotta take off the coat because otherwise the car seat harness doesn't fit well, which is a big no-no for obvious reasons, I hope. Then so that takes like a minute. Then I put her in the car seat, do it up. Then when I get to my destination, I gotta take her out of the car seat. Then I gotta put her winter coat back on. That can add an extra like 3-4 minutes to your parking time, man. I'm just saying. And again, if you're like, it takes me 3-4 minutes to get out of my car on a bad day, this is why I think they should extend it to everybody. And I know we're maybe covering old ground here. Not every episode can have a full script read for Austin Powers 4, The Dawn of Evil Coin. Well, unless... That being said, I actually, like, if I were the mayor, and I don't know, I haven't looked at the budget for the city, let's just assume this is possible. Dude, this is incredible. You can grab one, leave, come back, grab one, leave, come back. That means we can't take the portal, but that's okay, because I don't want to take the portal till we get a charge anyway. Yeah, this is sick. I think parking, the first 15 minutes of parking should be free. Meaning that if you're just running an errand, you know, if you're just popping into the grocery store real quick, or something like that, you don't have to pay for parking. What's my justification there? Parking itself, like just paying for parking, even on your phone, takes about a minute. That's not a great ratio to have to spend a minute just to facilitate a chore that takes 15 minutes. If you're going to be there for an hour, I think you should pay for parking. If you're going to be there for 15 minutes, I don't think you should. Now, just go ahead, say the line. This is where I differ on politics from a lot of people. They say, if you did that, people would abuse it. They would say that they're only going in for 15 minutes. They would spend 45 minutes in there. Okay, when they abuse it, you punish them. We don't have to stop the rule in general just to, You know, because the abusers, they're not going to pay for parking to begin with. Now they just get an excuse. I think you should structure the situation around the people who are, you know, and maybe, again, this is naive of me, but I feel like maybe society would be a different place if instead of punishing people for doing, like, the wrong thing, let me rephrase. If instead of punishing people who could do something bad, can I give you an example here? Right now, like, in Vancouver, there's, like, a hot argument, depending on, like, what building you live in, about whether or not you should be able to take your bicycle up into your condo. Why would you want to do this? Because there's a lot of theft, quite frankly, from even from, like, secure bike storage areas. You know, people get let in or they sneak in when the gate is closing. They use power tools to get in. They steal people's, like, multiple thousands of dollars of, like, road bikes and stuff like that. So why wouldn't you be able to take your own property and place it in your own property? Well, because on the way from, you know, where you drop off or where you enter the building with your bike to your own condo, you gotta roll it over carpets, you gotta you know, take it in the elevator, and then, like, quite frankly, like, a lot of the people who define, and I'm saying it, okay? You can be mad if you want. A lot of the people who are in power, like, on the HOAs of these places are, like, you know, retirees and busybodies who have nothing better to do with their life than get offended on, like, property's behalf. So I agree, it kind of sucks, like, if the carpets get dirty because people are driving their bikes or even, like, walking their bikes up to their unit. But, like, at the same time, why not punish the people who get the carpets dirty instead of being like nobody can use their bikes to get to their unit anymore? Not even use their bikes, just take their bikes up. You know, why not? You know, you got security footage, the carpet's dirty. Do some CSI on it, fine them for the cost of the cleaning. They won't do it again. Everybody else that's, you know, the 80% plus of people that are just, you know, law-abiding citizens, why do they have to shoulder the burden of their bikes possibly being stolen like that, just because a couple of people go up to Whistler, get their tires all dirty, and then don't clean them off before they come inside? You're punishing the wrong people. Anyway, plus the people that would do that are just going to do it anyway, in my opinion. Source, dude, just trust me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. We won! See you then.